Hi guys, how are we doing? It's Cliffe here again with a video that I promised in my last video, just to look at my what I'm going to call my alternative pedal board. And this is a board that basically I've designed to use for heavier stuff, and generally not with these amplifiers, although obviously I am at the moment. I also have a small Ibanez TSA 15 combo that I use for well, basically, you know, the ease of carting about, because it's one combo rather than 4 speaker cabs and 2 heads, and so it's something that I would use. You know, as I say, if I'm going to play a rock gig, it's very straightforward. So in terms of what's on the pedal board, as I say, I've had to configure it slightly differently than I would normally, because I've not got that amp here. But here we go. I'm going to switch to the other camera and just show you what's on the board. Okay, so the signal comes in and it all starts off with the bottom right, this Sir Rufus fuzz, it's a bit hard to see in the light, and then goes to the TC Electronic Polytune 2 black light, which tells me whether or not my guitar is in tune. And you see at the moment it's pretty good. I've just got that muting the signal, and then it goes into my wah, which is my trusty Morley Bad Horsey wah, which I've had for a long time now. It was a wedding present. No, sorry, it was a Christmas present from my wife. It is, I think, in 2005, if memory serves. And then from there, normally the signal then would go out to the input of the amp. Because of the odd way that the Ibanez TSA 15 works, it actually has a tube screamer circuit first before the effects loop, but then the whole amplifier is after the effects loop. So at that point it would then be going out to the input, the front input of the amp. And you can see the foot switch down below, which would control the tube screamer function and also the boost function built into the amplifier. That's kind of why then the signal comes back into the right, which normally you would never put in an effects loop, but because of that particular amp being weird, it does. Yeah, that's how I've got that configured just for this particular rig. So the right is in the loop that isn't a loop. Following on from the right, then we have the ISO boost, which I use to give me a solo boost, and then from there we go into the TC Corona chorus, and then the flashback delay. And I normally run this in mono, but because my recording here was set up for stereo, I've connected an extra lead into the front of the other amp. But that's pretty much it. It's a fairly straightforward system. It's all powered by a Pedal Power 2. It's a Pedal Train Junior. All the cabling except for the stuff that goes between the board and amp, which is a pedal snake with custom fitted nitric ends. Everything else is lava soldered cables, pedalboard kit, so with their mini ELC cable. So that's the board. Now how does it sound? So obviously at the moment, because I've got the tuner pedal on, you get nothing. But if I take the tuner off and turn the delay off, obviously you just get my raw sound. Which on the bridge humbucker is something I would very rarely use, because I'm just not a fan of this particular bridge humbucker. I love this bridge humbucker, but with these amps on clean, it's just not, doesn't quite do it for me. But coming in, we go into the Rufus fuzz, which I've got set up for. and that's pretty cutting. It actually is great for cutting through the mix. That's on the red mode. If I switch to the green mode, it's not only slightly gentler, but it's also it also cleans up well. Kind of, if I reduce the volume on the guitar, it has much more of an impact than it does on the red mode. And if I want to, let's go to position 4. You see, it's quite a useful sort of sound in that mode. And of course, because it's before the wah, I can then wah the fuzz sound. So the wah on its own is, as I say, it's a Steve Vai bad horsey wah. And I like this particular wah because it always, with it being spring loaded and auto off, it means I don't have to think about, making sure I switch off, and also it means that you don't always start the travel of the wah like up there, which on the bridge pickup can be really quite cutting, and on a Crybaby or something where you do start with the toe down. So if you want a kind of but you're having to start off up here. Not a big fan of that, so that's why I like this wah pedal. As I say, I've had it donkey's years, it's a bit battered, but it works still really well. So next in line is the Riot, which is straight up distortion pedal. But then reducing the volume on the guitar and switching to a single coil pickup gives you more of a kind of overdrivey sound. And to be honest, obviously because the amp that I use this board with normally has a tube screamer built in anyway, that gives me my kind of go-to low overdrive sound, and then this then enables me to either combine the two or just use this for my heavier sound, and it will go reasonably heavy on its own, and even heavier if I'd use it with a tube screamer. And then with the wah in front of it, and I'm not crazy loud in here, but that's giving me plenty of drive and control over what I'm doing, so that's pretty cool. And then I use the boost pedal just to kick it up a notch. So if I was playing a rhythm and I wanted to go to a solo, it's only set on 3, the Sir ISO boost, but it does just give me that kind of extra oomph. So maybe I'm going. You can hear that really does give you a kick in the head, which is just what you need when you're playing a solo. And with only having the one knob and being easy to adjust, I can always tune that to the amplifier and the room as necessary. But that's kind of how I like to have it set that kind of amount, because let's face it, if I'm playing solo I want to stand out. Next up then is the Corona chorus, which I've got set for a fairly subtle chorus sound. I'm actually in the tri-chorus mode, and I've got all the knobs sort of between 11 and 12 o'clock. And it actually takes distortion fairly well as well. So that's useful. Again, because I never know what I'm going to be playing with this board, and it's just something different than my main board. And finally in the chain is the flashback delay, which, as I say, at the moment I've got panning delays as opposed to just dual delay, but I had to tweak this depending on what I want. So it's just a generic delay. It's on the 2290 setting at the moment, but if I want it on analog or whatever, then I can do. So there we go, that's this board. I hope you've liked that very quick rundown of it. Until next time, take care, and I'll speak to you soon.